What's up everyone? So today we're gonna jump right back into the E36. So we've been making great progress on this car and I've been really excited for it, and we're almost there to the point where we could actually start the thing. Today I think we can get to that point. The only thing we need to do to actually finalize it is actually set up the whole cooling system and get some E-fans on that. That's a whole other issue that we'll talk about later on. But for now, it's got fuel lines, it's got all the electrical done, it's got fluids in it, and everything else seems to be hooked up. So last thing we gotta do is throw in the ECU, throw a base map on it, and we should see the thing run for the very first time. All right guys, so we can't throw this thing on a stock ECU, that's not gonna happen. So of course we're gonna go with a full standalone, and of course it's gotta be a Link, boys.
You know the vibe?
So this is Link's E36 plug and play ECU. So this thing is literally just as powerful as my full standalone for the Jay-Z car, which kicks ass by the way, but it's in a plug and play format, so we could actually utilize the stock E36 harness, which is huge. This will work on any OBD1 E36 configuration. Even if you have an OBD2 car, you can convert it to OBD1 very easily, and then you can run the ECU. I filmed this whole thing yesterday and I lost all the clips, so it's gonna throw you off a little bit. But when you open this up, it actually comes with just the board, and you actually have to steal the shell from the factory ECU. So I did that, I put a Link sticker on it, made it all pretty, and then we ran the interface cable out and then a map sensor signal out of the casing also. So this is what we got.
Ooh,
yeah, the thing's
not bad.
Beautiful, right?
OEM Plus.
I am so excited this thing is on a Link. You guys have no idea. Link has been a huge supporter for me for the last year or so, and I appreciate them so much, and honestly, it's just such an amazing ECU that I don't even want to touch anything else. Once we threw it in the casing, all we have to do and there we go. The thing has a full standalone. It's ridiculous. We have to do like two more things, actually. I lied to you. So this is an internal 4-bar map sensor in the ECU, which is awesome. So we can run this thing on speed density versus running it on a MAF sensor, because who needs that? There is a nice port in the intake right under here. So let's just quickly run a vacuum line to it so we can get this thing to go. Obviously this is not how it's gonna be left, but then we can take this. All right, so this is our map sensor signal right now. Now let's get my computer.
Ooh.
Honestly, I want to rush and get right to it, but I know a lot of guys are always very curious on how you set up a base map to get your car running. The thing with base maps is not every car is the same, not every setup's the same, and not every engine's the same, so there's a lot of different variations to it, but I can give you a rough idea on how at least this thing will start. And honestly, this is a pretty easy setup, so it should be pretty quick. All right, so the fuel pump should kick on now the ECU's plugged in, so just check for fuel leaks. This is all stuff I should have did before, but like whatever.
Hey, we're here, we're ready.
We're here, we're ready to go. All right. Yeah, it's the fuel. Any leaks?
Oh yeah, look at that. You got pressure up there.
What up? Okay, so first thing we got to do is the Link ECU's actually come locked. It's like a theft prevention. So we got to unlock the ECU. All right, so we got it plugged in. We just unlocked the ECU. Now it's time to actually set up our map. So this is a E36 plug and play ECU. So the map that's on it should be like somewhat close to our configuration. So it should already have our trigger settings. It should have like everything that's kind of a pain in the ass to set up from starting from scratch. So literally all we're gonna have to do is adjust for our fuel, since we do have larger injectors than OEM. And then we have to adjust for our external input. So if we have an E-fan, if we have intake air temperature sensor or a wideband signal coming in, we have to assign those inputs. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that stuff right now. It didn't come in yet, so I'm gonna have to play guess and check when I do the fueling, but it should be enough just to hear it. So literally what we should do is honestly only have to adjust the fueling for this, which is pretty cool. We're gonna go to our ECU settings. We're gonna go to fuel setup, and then fuel main. So on the Link ECU, what we're going to be doing is taking our master fuel and adjusting it for our size injector. So OEMs are about 200 cc injectors, give or take about 50 cc's. These are 1,000, so we're just going to split this by a fourth. Control, save. Let's see if she starts.
Fingers crossed.
Ready, Mike?
I'm born ready. Let's do it.
Where we got oil coming out?
Yeah, by the Vanos.
Where we going? Where's it coming out?
It's coming out of this pressure line here.
That's quite a bit of oil.
Yeah.
Oh, that was not even. Oh, that's cool. That's probably. Well, I'm happy that's an easy fix.
Yeah, well,
Are you? All right, so the oil just dripped down from here onto the pulley, and now everything is covered in oil. Nothing. Oh, I hate this. This is my worst nightmare. But it started, and it sounded great.
Dude.
Well, okay, it's open downpipe, so obviously it didn't sound that
It
great.
didn't sound that good, but I can attest that was first try. One number punch in, and
Literally,
he got it.
You can't beat that.
You see this guy? Look at him.
Love that. Love that.
Take notes, kids.
Love that.
But yeah, that's
Great. Now I'm gonna be freaking out cleaning this for the next 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, you can see the.
Everything, dude, is covered. All right, so we got a lot of work ahead of us before we could actually put the exhaust on for good, but I feel like it would be a sin not to throw it on now just to hear how it sounds, because I'm extremely curious. Mike, I know you're extremely curious, and I feel like I really owe Justin to put this on instead of a sound clip real quick. E36 engines, they don't sound that good straight piped, but we got a turbo on it, we got an ultra quiet resonator, and we got a vibrant muffler. So this thing should actually purr pretty good, and it should be pretty quiet, which is what I'm going for. So let's throw it up. Top end's gonna be super noisy because obviously the engine's been sitting for a while. All the lifters need to bleed out. But so it is a cold start, so it's a little bit louder than it normally would be, but it's actually louder than I thought it would be.
It sounds so much deeper than I expected.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little smoky, but it's a lot deeper than I thought it would be.
A lot.
Nice work, kid. That's not good.
It was spinning before.
Was it?
Yeah.
So when it was running, the turbine was pretty tight, so we might need an oil restrictor in the oil feed. Might be getting too much oil pressure, which would explain why there's so much smoke out the exhaust. Let me just start it one more time just to verify.
Now, stop. Spin for a second and stop.
Yeah, so once it builds oil pressure, it's just... All right, that's an easy fix. But hey, it sounds awesome. We're gonna have to get the head to bleed out a little bit better, but it runs, it's nice and quiet, and I can't wait to actually rip on it so you could really hit the exhaust.
Yeah, PMW lifters make noise when there's fantastic oil pressure forever, so.
Yeah, it's just a thing, but cool, it runs. All my wiring's good, all checked out first try. There's no leaks anywhere, not anymore, and we're good. All right, since most of the stuff in the engine bay is done, well, we still got a lot of work ahead of us, but we're kind of waiting on stuff and we'll get that tidied up. We have to move on to the suspension. So we're fully M3 converting this car, which means everything underneath the car is also gonna be now M3. So we have to drop out all the regular 3 Series stuff, and then we have to fully reinforce the chassis, because when these cars start making decent power, they literally start to rip themselves apart. It's just a common issue. So I have a bunch of reinforcement plates that we actually have to weld to the factory chassis.
That's a real thing?
That's a real thing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they just tear apart. So today, let's drop through our subframe, get everything prepped for the plates, and then we can be ahead of ourselves for when we go to weld everything back in. One thing I just figured out very quickly is I would never make it as a flat rate tech, ever. I hate e-brake shoes. Nice and slow, like.
Ready?
I hope so. There we go. There she is. That's the whole entire end. So, dude, it's hilarious because this car is like, rust-wise, super clean, but it is the dustiest, dirtiest car I've ever owned. Do you see this? Look at that.
Oh my God.
Isn't that yo, isn't that crazy? Dude, this is the dustiest car I've ever seen. Look at this. It looks like someone's basement. Like it's clean. Like everything looks nice and like everything looks nice, but it just has this crazy, gross layer of grime and dirt. Like, how does that even happen? Where is he driving? Where did this guy live?
This guy like driving along a volcanic mountain.
Yes, literally. That's what it feels like, dude.
soot.
It's, look at this. It's gross. Like there's not a
God.
lick of rust or anything anywhere, but it's just like
Like usually they rot away right here, perfectly fine, but ugly as hell.
it's the weirdest thing ever. Yo, I should power wash this right now. Like this thing needs Jesus. Oh yeah, look. Oh look, already fucked. That's my chassis.
Yes, it is.
That's it. See that? That's exactly what happens. This car only made 240 horsepower and it already cracked the front. Fuck. Well, good thing we're reinforcing it. Look at that. This poor car doesn't deserve that.
How's this side? Oh,
This thing's fine. Well, that's a surprise.
Oh yeah, look, Jimmy.
That one. What the?
It's all.
Look at that.
It's destroyed.
Can they see that?
they zoom in
If
on
you
that.
zoom in, it focus.
There you
Look
go.
at that. That's so bad. So we got two. This thing wrecked. This one wrecked. Whatever. Dude, this just looks so gross. I swear this chassis is super clean. I think I should power wash it.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
All right, I don't know if just the power wash will get this off because it definitely needs a solid scrubbing, but let's do a little before. Who's the dirty kid from Charlie Brown?
Oh, Pigpen.
That's this car.
Makes perfect sense.
Straight.
It's pretty much Brian right after work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. This is gonna be a mess. But look at it. We're getting color back, baby.
Oh yeah, look at that.
This is gonna be, oh, you're getting soaked. Oh, this is not gonna be fun. All right, check these out. This is one of my favorite pieces. So the inside right here, look how gross that is. All right, Mike, try to hold this right here for me. How good is that?
Oh my god.
Yo, I love that stuff so much.
That's satisfying.
So some of this stuff, so some of this stuff is coming off super easy. Other stuff is just so caked on. We just have to brush it off or just soak in the chemicals. But I mean, the inside of here, it just looks beautiful. So I'm super happy we're doing this. All right, about 4,700 gallons of water later and a couple degreasers, it actually looks pretty good. Now, it can always look better, of course, but I'm really happy with how it looks. I think we're gonna leave it. Check it out.
It's not like a full restoration. Just cleaning off the dirt, you know?
A little dirty dirt. Oh yeah, dude, it's a whole different shade. It's just brighter under here now. I even got to clean the trans off because the trans is pretty filthy too.
I'm still always impressed
But yeah.
by how rust-free this car is.
Isn't it
It's
crazy?
so great. I love it.
So as you can see, I mean, it's still not the cleanest thing in the world, but it is a whole different car from what it was before.
Oh yeah.
And we got all the spots that we're gonna have to put the plates on a lot cleaner too. So look, you could really see the cracks now. That's so devastating, dude.
What's that note? Like a B flat, F sharp? What do you
Okay.
think?
So there it is. I've been dying to do that since I got the car, so I'm pretty happy about it. So now this thing isn't as dusty as it used to be. But before we put the power washer away, I am dying to power wash this rear subframe because I know it's gonna clean up so well.
Oh, the original.
The original.
I was like, what?
Look how dusty that thing is,
I
dude.
know.
For the sake of satisfactory.
And for the next guy, right? You're gonna do something with this.
Exactly.
Right?
So
Jimmy's honestly doing a favor for some random person right now. You didn't have to do that.
Oh, look at the muck that came off, dude. It's so gross. Alright, so it doesn't look as new as I thought it would, but it looks good.
looks better.
And I won't get some goddamn dusty touching the thing, but here we go. Chassis is clean even though it doesn't look it, but I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a lot cleaner. Now it's ready for us to get to work on. So these are the plates that we're gonna weld into the chassis. I don't think this area is as prone as the rest of them, but how do we do this? So you can see how that just sits in real nice right there. So we gotta clean that whole surface up, which is gonna be miserable, and then weld them in. And then even this, see our broken spot right here? This fills in this whole entire void now. And adds it, again, gives it a really nice thick surface to disperse the load on versus just this thin ass metal that obviously just tears.
Couldn't even handle it.
Dude, it literally couldn't even handle 240 horsepower. Little bitch ass chassis. But so, and then of course we have it for the front. So tomorrow, I didn't want to have to, and I know people don't, but I really don't even want to take the risk, and we're gonna drop the gas tank because it's just so close.
Yeah.
And you could probably be fine without it, but I just don't even want to stress about it at all. So we'll drop this in the morning. We'll spend probably 3 hours moving seam sealer, and then we'll show you guys how to weld these in. So you have the E36 or E46. This is a must, so stay tuned. But we heard the thing run today. We got it ready for the reinforcements, and we'll get the subframe in right away. And we'll recoat the whole underneath. It'll look beautiful, and it's gonna be good. So I'm really excited. So hope you guys aren't going to stir crazy being quarantined. As you all know, the current epidemic. I'm gonna lock myself in the garage for the next 3 months, and we'll get some fire content out for you guys. So with that, you guys stay tuned, boys, and stay safe and wash your goddamn hands. So like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. And Mike,
You guys have a great night and don't get sick.